So far, before Bill Clinton has spoken tonight at the DNC, I think by far the most exciting thing that happened was a protest. So I think the protest spiced things up. John Iadarola earlier said, if you're looking at it from a Trumpian point of view, at least there was drama and people tuned in, and I'm not sure they would have otherwise done that. So I'm going to try to find the best part of it, okay, to try to be fair. But I think so far, look, the good news is Bill Clinton is 98% of tonight. Nobody will remember anything else. So, okay, so there's no need to panic over how lame the rest of the night was.
Well, Howard Dean was funny.
Yeah, at the end when he said, now we're going to go to, and he listed all these swing states. We're going to go to Iowa. We're going to go to North Carolina.
Mocking his own speech at the end of the
Iowa.
Iowa
And we're going to go to the White House. So God bless, it was a cute little moment. If there's, I don't think you can afford to waste the night, though. And it was just a lot of like, rah, rah, yay, yay, Hillary Clinton, but in a way that was uninspiring and I don't think really convinced any waters. I could be wrong, but that's my take. But I want to talk about one positive thing. A lot of people talked about, hey, when one woman was a 9/11 survivor and she's terribly burned, I think 70-80% of her body, and she somehow managed to survive. Obviously, a lot of people that worked with her died. She explained that. And Hillary Clinton came by and held her bandaged hand and then stayed with her throughout afterwards, all these years, 15 years, would check in on her, how's she doing. It reminded me of the story of the woman with disability that came to the White House when Hillary Clinton was the first lady, and she was 9 years old, and Hillary Clinton kept in touch with her. So now the best case scenario on that is Hillary Clinton is a really decent and caring person. And while you're not looking, and while we were not looking, and while we were making wisecracks about her, she was actually being a super decent person to all these people and following them and helping them. If that's true, that's wonderful, okay? And that's the kind of decent person you want leading us. The second scenario is the worst case scenario, which is that she was calculating and decided that she was going to keep in touch with a couple of people, and then she would later, do a video where she's walking around 9/11 with a mask, and then have the person who she, she'd do photo ops, etc. Now, I tell you that because I actually think that the worst case scenario is not so bad. You know what that means? That means she works super hard. And now, another thing that's bad about, quote unquote, bad about her is that she knows all the donors, their birthdays, their kids. She stays in touch with them. Now, to be fair, they've given her not just a lot of money, but a lot of support throughout the years, and she's thanking them. And she's doing it in what every one of them describes as enormously thoughtful way. Think of all the people she has to follow and track and, and keep in touch with, etc. That person is super determined. So even in that worst case scenario, works her ass off, super determined. Now you could say cold calculating, taking too much donor money, and all that might be fair. And we don't know if it's the best case or the worst case scenario. But man, she wants this thing, and she's ready. I mean, it's not like it's Donald Trump who walked in like, I don't know, I tweeted a couple of things, and then next thing you know, I might be president, and I'm not prepared. Oh, hey, Donald, what are you going to do about that? I'll figure foreign policy. I'll figure it out when I get in office. That's what he said in one of the debates. He said, I'll learn so much about foreign policy, it'll make your head spin. Learn it already. Whereas Hillary Clinton doesn't have to do that. So even in a scenario that is not pleasant for her, you've got to give her credit for just being super determined. And yes, as a lot of these speakers are saying, tough.
Yeah, and also, I mean, listen, you can also take donor money and be all of those things that you just said and be genuine and be caring. Right. And when Hillary Clinton was in the Senate, and this is, you judge people sometimes by how nice they are to waiters, right? When she was a senator, there were 2 straight votes in Roll Call, which is an inside magazine for Capitol Hill, of who the best staffers, anonymous staffers vote on who the best staffers to work with. Best senators to work with voted by the staffers. Hillary Clinton won 2 straight years. People love working for Hillary Clinton. She is a loyal and terrific person to work from. I've heard that from not just 4 people. I've heard that from a lot of people and that poll. And so that says to me a lot about who she is. That could be calculating too. But I mean, listen, when you're in politics, everything you do could be calculating, right?
Right, and then people say, "Oh, are you being political?" Yeah, that's right, because I'm a politician.
That's what I do for a living. I'm a politician. I also care and want to do this. He's a politician. He doesn't do shit, right? She's a politician. She doesn't do shit. I'm a politician. And yeah, you're going to see pictures of me going into a coal mine and helping people out of it when they were, but that's what I do. And it looks good too, but that's also what I do.
Yeah, so, that's the full picture. And it's not, as Michael said, it's not mutually exclusive. You could be mad at her for taking the donor money and then go, well, I respect that hard work.
Of course.
I had a feeling she was secretly a fucking great person. I really did. I always thought that she was.
So you know what? Good. This convention's confirmed that for you.
And Jimmy, you're a comedian.